eBay is one of the most used websites in the world. You can buy nearly everything on the internet auction. The company even brought in their biggest net revenue in 2020 of $10.27 billion. Yet what are the items that have been sold for the most amount of money? Well, that, weirdly enough, is the topic of today's video. We've selected some of the record-breaking sold items in eBay's history, some of which have gone for millions of dollars. Items include whole US towns, incredibly rare basketball cards, lunch with a billionaire, a former missile silo turned house, and more. So, let's get started. Every year, billionaire Warren Buffett auctions off a 3-hour lunch date, with the proceeds going to Glide, a nonprofit fighting homelessness and addiction. During 2019, the founder of cryptocurrency company Tron and CEO of Rainberry, Justin Sun, was the winning bid. During the previous year, the winning bid on eBay was $3.3 million. So, Sun would have to splash out some serious cash to win this opportunity. And he did, by splurging a massive $4.6 million. After having to postpone the lunch due to Sun suffering with kidney stones, the meeting officially happened in January 2020. Buffett had spoken about his dislike of cryptocurrency in the past, which could have made the lunch slightly awkward. Instead, it seemingly went very well. eBay is able to sell a lot of different items, but a whole town is probably up there as the most unique. Back in 2002, the town of Bridgeville in California was put up for sale on their site. Contained within 83 acres, Bridgeville had 8 houses with 30 residents, a post office, and a cafe at the time. It attracted 250 bids from all over the globe, with the winning bidder paying nearly $1.8 million for the town. However, that bidder then backed out. As such, another person swooped in and paid a vastly reduced $700,000. Since then, the town has popped up on eBay a few times and even changed hands a number of times, even being purchased for $1.3 million in 2006. Another town that grabbed headlines with being listed on eBay is based in Texas. The 13-acre ghost town of Albert was put onto the auction site in 2007 by then-owner Bobby Cave. He purchased Albert in 2004 for just $216,000. Looking to make a big profit, the reserve price was set for $2.5 million. While there were a number of bids, no one was willing to pay quite that much. Later on, Albert would be sold a number of times. During 2005, the most expensive item on eBay was listed, and it was a massive boat. Put together by the brokerage company 4 Yachts, this giga yacht was custom-made and was designed by the award-winning Frank Mulder. The boat hadn't been built yet, but was scheduled to be delivered in 2007. The 405-foot-long vessel had a 3,000-square-foot master suite with an office, a cinema, a gym, and more. There were also 10 multi-level VIP suites and 8 guest cabins on board. The boat even featured a helicopter garage, retractable elevator, a jet stream swimming pool, and more. According to reports, it was picked up by Chelsea Football Club owner Roman Abramovich. However, the stories have been disputed. The price paid for the giga yacht was reported to be a whopping $168 million. To give you an idea of how big a sale that is, the current highest priced boat on the site at the time of writing is $549,500. Superman is seen as one of the most iconic and recognizable comic characters around. As such, the issue where he made his debut in the illustrated pages is worth a lot of money. Action Comics Issue 1 was originally released in 1938. It was originally sold for 10 cents, around $2 today. Due to their age, good condition original versions are very rare. Actor Nicolas Cage famously bought a copy in 2011 for $2.16 million. Darren Adams was another who owned such an issue. It was even given a certification of 9 from a certified guarantee company. Adams placed his on eBay with a starting price of just 99 cents during 2014. In the end, his Action Comics issue sold for just over $3.2 million, making some people feel like the guy on the foreground of the legendary cover. Whenever a wealthy person decides to splurge on a private plane, more regularly than not, it'll be a Gulfstream. After all, during 2019, the Gulfstream G700 was valued at a mammoth $75 million. During 2001, a Gulfstream II was listed on eBay. The model has been made since 1967 and had an original selling price of $1.5 million back then. The listing in 2001 was made by Texas-based company Tyler Jet. They later filed for bankruptcy in the same year. The 12-seat business airplane was sold for a then-record of $4.9 million on the auction site. According to reports, the buyer was an undisclosed charter company in Africa. Collecting sports cards has been a big pastime for people for decades. Some of the earliest cards of legendary athletes can fetch an impressive fee in the modern day. For example, a 1997 to 1998 Metal Universe Precious Metal Gems green card of the iconic basketball player Michael Jordan. During 2019, the card was listed on eBay. At the time, there was only thought to be 3 of these cards in circulation. During the final few minutes of the auction, the bidding price shot up by over $150,000. In the end, it was sold for a huge $350,100 to an undisclosed bidder. At the time of writing, there's a 2003 exquisite collection number pieces of Michael Jordan that's autographed by the legend. It's currently for sale for $1.5 million, so maybe we'll have a new record soon. If buying a town sounds a bit much, well, how about purchasing a former missile silo? Located in Adirondack Park within upstate New York sits a silo that was turned into a luxury home with a lot of elbow grease. The property had a bunker and 3-foot thick walls installed for those looking for some extra safety. Put together by the realtors Gregory Gibbons and Bruce Francisco, the property also has its own paved airstrip. Gibbons bought the former silo over a decade before the listing for around $55,000. In order to add a bit of comfort, the property even had a jacuzzi installed. In the end, it was sold for $2.1 million on eBay. Cars are also regularly placed on eBay's market, and that includes pricey supercars and those rare vehicles. One of the most expensive to be sold was during 2004. The automobile in question was an Enzo Ferrari. Produced between 2002 and 2004, the Enzo was limited to 399 units being created and sold publicly, while the 400th model was donated to the Pope to be sold for charity. The machine has a V12 engine and a top speed of 350 kilometers per hour, around 218 miles per hour. On eBay, the Enzo was sold to an unnamed person in Switzerland. They splashed out around $1 million for the stunning car. Final fact finish: one of the most expensive items to nearly be sold on eBay includes a crypt above the resting place of film icon Marilyn Monroe. Elsie Poncher was selling her husband's crypt in order to pay for a house in Beverly Hills. In the end, the plot sold for $4.6 million. However, the buyer ended up pulling out as they could not afford it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.